This is Joshua Farnsworth. Welcome to my traditional woodworking school. In our last video, Bill Anderson showed how to make a new or replacement handle for an antique style hand plane. In this video, he shows how to chop a hole in the plane and fit the handle.
So we're getting ready to place the handle on the body here, and basically what you want to do, first of all, you notice that I've cut the handle out here at the back, so this part's going to actually overhang the body of the plane, and both ends of my tenon here are actually undercut just a little bit, so when it goes down it's going to rest against these two top corners right here. And having this overhang means that I can actually make the mortise a little bit longer, and I can position this back and forth to get it just right and have 3/4 of an inch of play right there. So we're going to hold this on here, and then I want the handle to be about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch behind the iron right here. So I'm just going to advance this back and forth at the depth that it would be about, and look for about a 1/2 inch, and I'll make a little tick mark right there to indicate where the front edge of the mortise is going to begin, and then we'll go from there. So I'll get rid of this iron. We'll turn this over. And so here's the front edge of the iron. I'll go ahead and, of the mortise, you go ahead and scribe this in right across the center line. And just make a mark right there so I know where that's at. See if I can't draw that in just a little bit. And then I'll lay the handle on here, and I'll mark the tick mark the back end, and we'll mark that. So that's the length of our mortise there. The next step is I've got a center line down the length of this piece right here, so I can center this center line on that center line on the plane. And what I'll do is I'll make a little tick mark on this shoulder over here. Right here, I'll do it right on this side with the knife, and I'll push in and I'll make a little prick mark right there. And I'll just circle that with a pencil so I don't lose track of where it's at. That represents the left cheek of the mortise, and so I'm going to set my marking gauge to that measurement and scribe along here to establish that shoulder right there. So we'll just set this right here, and I'll go ahead and I'll scribe this. And let me do a light scribe line here first, and I'll come back and emphasize that because I'm going to want to drop my chisel right in that line. Right there. It's good. And now what I'll do is I'll rest the chisel right on this line and just cover it over. And I'll make a tick mark on the other side. And I'll circle that one so I can actually see it this time. And we'll drop the marking gauge right in that line. Adjust the fence to be snug right there. Check it out. See if it looks good. If it looks good, we'll go ahead and mark the full length.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying watching our video so far, and I just want to take a few seconds to let you know about our traditional woodworking store, which you can visit while taking a class or by visiting our website at woodandshop.com/store. You'll find our amazing products to help you grow in traditional hand tool woodworking, including in-person and video woodworking classes, woodworking hand tools and workbenches, woodworking plans, traditional wood finishes, shirts and hats, and cool hand tool woodworking gifts for you or your loved ones. Okay, back to the show.
So I've delineated the two cheeks of the mortise, the front wall, the end wall. The only other thing left to do now is identify a series of prick marks for holes. We're going to use a 7/8 inch bit, so I'm going to come over about 7/16, so I'll come over a 1/2 inch. Make sure I don't hit this wall right here. And right on this center line, I will put a prick mark. And I'll do the same thing from the other side. And then I'll make a series of other prick marks along here, spread out to evenly distribute the holes that we're going to drill to take out the waste on this mortise right here. And that'll be the next step, is to set up our drill and drill these holes out to the depth. And the depth, of course, will be the depth of this tenon, which is approximately 1 inch. So I've set my depth gauge here to be just a little bit shy of the length of the tenon. And then I've started to count my turns on the brace as I've drilled in here. And I found that about 18 turns on this brace, on this bit, will give me a hole of the right depth here for this brace. And we'll clean up when we chop this hole out, we'll clean it out with a router down to the final depth. So I've saved the last hole here to drill, and we'll just go ahead and drill that one out. And you start counting when the bit hits starts to actually lift up a shaving. So right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we'll see how that is. Might need to go one more turn or so, but nope, right bottoming out there, so that's fine. So now we'll take the plane bank, put it in the vise, chop out this waste, and chop right up to the mortise dimensions, and route out the bottom. So we're getting ready to chop out this waste in the mortise and get the handle to fit in there. I'm going to use a couple chisels, a heavy mortise chisel to knock out the space between adjacent holes here and get that down. And then as I have room to work, I'll take a wide chopping chisel and work towards the layout lines in this way. So I'll be going back and forth between these two chisels to open up this mortise and take it down to depth. When we start getting to depth, we're going to pair along one edge here and get this to be straight there, and then pair up the other edge by stages so we can make sure that the handle fits down snugly along the two lengths there. So let me just go ahead and start chopping out some of this waste here so you can see what's going to happen. That was a little bit too aggressive there. So we'll do a little bit of this. Make sure that we don't get a chip in there. So it's just a matter of working down here bit by bit to get an opening. Now when you're chopping like this along the grain of a piece of wood, you have to make sure that there's a stop place on both ends. Otherwise you could have a split that runs down the length of your billet, and that would be a catastrophic problem. So I've cleaned up this edge here, squared up the two ends of the mortise, routed it down. I've set my router to the actual depth of the tenon here, and I've set my router depth to that, and I've cleaned out part of part of the hole here. Pair up to this edge here, and I've got a knife line there, so I'm just going to drop the chisel right in there, wiggle a little bit, see that my chisel is straight up and down, and just go down right on the scribe line that I've scribed there with my marking gauge. And we can check and make sure that our sidewalls are square by running a combination square up against them and see how it touches there. And so far, it looks pretty square. There's a couple places that need a little bit of work. And we'll take our router and clean out the bottom of this. It goes in on one end and goes in on the other end. It's probably going to go all the way down. I don't want to send it all the way down at this particular point because it might be very, very tight. Need to be able to get it back out again so we can glue it in, et cetera, and all that. But I think we're ready to go. You can see that there's a little bit of gap here between the length of the mortise and the length of the... So it just allows us to have some action on getting this down in here. And so on and so forth. Right now, it's meeting a little bit of resistance over here. So I may just pair this a little bit, but at this point we're ready to finish out this mortise and move on to our strike button.
If you're interested in learning traditional woodworking, come take a class at our school in Earlysville, Virginia. You can also visit our website at woodandshop.com, where you'll find a bunch of free woodworking lessons, workshop tours, and our very popular tool buying guides. And make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter to get our latest articles and videos. Enjoy!